This is what I call the cube stitch. The end result looks somewhat like a three-dimensional cube. Let's start. When you start, you're going to start in the starting hole. You're going to go diagonally down 5 holes. You're going to skip till the 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's where I go back in. Okay, I'm going to do that again. I'm going to do 6 of these stitches. So I go up in this hole, whoops, this one here, and diagonally down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once you've actually started it, you don't need to count anymore. It's going to start in the same hole, in the same row across, and go down into the same row across. So that's 3. Do it again. Oops, got a thread there. That happens. You got to find out where it's coming from. There we go, it's out. And do one more. So we have a total of 6 stitches that go diagonally down. Oops, I'm catching my end. Like that. Okay, now that's the end of that one. You'll want to end this thread. You can, often what I do is I turn it over. Since this is a big stitch, you can't just go under the other stitches. It will come out. But you can go under a stitch and then you can knot it to that stitch. So that you tie a tight knot. And then clip it off. Now you don't have to end each time you do a part of that color. You could do all the areas with the one color and then switch to the next color. Hold on 1 minute, I'm going to switch to my next color for the bottom part of the cube. Okay, now again, this time I'm doing the same thing in the opposite direction. So I'm going to start here. Help me line it up right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I can check, it should end up that I'm going back in the same column that I started the last one in. Now again, once I have these all lined up, I can just follow the pattern. I know it's going to start where that color is and it's going to go down into this row. Again, I'll do that 6 times. Now I'm doing this stitch to show you just with a 6 thread thickness, which is why you can see the canvas through a little bit. Your canvas is painted, so it won't show through as much, but you can do this. I like to stitch with a 9 thread thickness usually, to make it a little bit plusher and that you won't see the canvas. I'm doing it now with a thinner thread to make it easier for you to see each of the stitches. So there we have the 6 stitches that make up the side. Okay? I'm going to again turn it over and end my thread. Oops. And once again, I'm going to change colors for the middle section. This is the diamond face of the cube that we'll work on next. Okay, let's flip it over. Now, the diamond face is actually going to start right here in the same row. In actuality, this is going to get covered up by the next side of the cube, the adjacent cube. I do this, and I want it to come down here. Now technically it could just go into here, but there may be a little bit of canvas that I see through, so I like to tuck it under that stitch into the first hole I can get it into there, in the same row. Now, since this is actually going to be covered, this one now starts one down. And again, this time I'm going to go as far as I can here, that little triangle that's pointing at, that's where I'm going to go in. And now this one, the next one starts here. When you make a straight line on a diagonal in needlepoint, you have to zigzag the line a little bit. So you see it goes down and then over, down and then over. So this one again I'm going to tuck in. And you see afterwards I'll be able to push that thread back over so it will cover up where I tucked. Okay, this one goes down from the first one. And again, over to this little triangle that peeks out. And that's the general pattern. So these stitches are similar to the continental. It's just going down on a diagonal. It's just a matter of skipping more stitches. And this also switches direction, because the different sides of the cube switch directions. Now these come all the way down to here. In total, there are 9 of this colored stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's a little bit up from this bottom. This is going to be the next color again. This is going to be the next side of the next cube over. And that's it. That is your cube stitch. Just if you're interested, I will put in the beginning of the next level. Grab a thread. This, for example, let's go here to the next cube over. I'm going to start in that same hole. This hole is actually going to get 4 stitches through it. I go here in this hole, and again I go diagonally down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is going to be the bottom part of the next cube. Oops. This goes in here. Okay, I'll do this again until I have 6 stitches. When I start the light blue for the top of the cube, it's also going to start in the same hole. And it's going to go up 5 in this direction. Okay? So this one's always going to have 4 threads going through it. In the end, so will this one here at the bottom. The top and the bottom will have 4 threads that pass through it.